What is going on, guys? Raging Iron here. Today is a special day. I'm doing my meal prep, so I thought that you guys should probably tag along. My mom, my beautiful mother, she has prepared me some white rice. So that's already done. A lot of people think just because you're doing like meal prep or trying to cut weight that you can't like have like whatever your mom makes. I know, especially for younger guys, dude, if your mom makes you food, enjoy it, all right? Try and find a way to fit it in. You can do this by literally making your meal prep with her. Like, my mom doesn't want to be in the video, but she's here with me anytime I do my meal prep usually. So, like, work with them together to make sure that it can fit in your macros, because you ain't always going to have your mama, and you got to appreciate her while you got her. This is like the meal prep that helped me lose freaking what is it now, like 145 pounds now. The way that I like to do this, especially, I like to eat in 8-ounce servings, especially like that's in reference to meat, right? So we got, what is this, 93% lean ground beef. I usually buy 2 pounds at a time, and so if we do the math, that's 38 ounces divided by 4 is 8 ounces, right? So what I do is I cook all this and then I evenly divide it in the glass containers, which I'm hoping you guys can see. These glass containers right there. And I cook up the meat all up in the pot, and then I weigh it out a very specific way to make sure that I have it correct. And then I put it into the 4 little containers, and then that's it, you know? And then whenever I want to have beef or chicken or rice, but I'll get to that. Usually with rice, I eat it in like 150-gram increments. No particular reason. I just find that that's like, it's like I don't know, like the pre-packaging that I like to do. There's no reason that I couldn't be like 300 grams one day. It's just the way that I feel. I'm gonna go in first with this beef. Freaking love beef. I remember in high school. In high school, I when I was first trying to cut weight, like legit, I at the beginning I had no freaking clue what the hell a calorie was, and obviously you go into bodybuilding, it's not an option on figuring out what all this stuff is. It's kind of a necessity. I was eating all kinds of crap trying to figure out the correct diet for me, and I remember part of that included eating like exclusively ground turkey breast. That was like the only form of protein that I would have meat wise. Like I wouldn't have beef for a long while because I thought, oh man, beef, I can't freaking have that. That's got so many calories or whatever. But then, I figured out about the lean ground beef, and yeah, it's just like even now to this day, thinking about ground turkey makes me freaking sick. Okay, are you gonna? Usually has a thing that you could peel, but it doesn't. So we're gonna. I'm hunting my prey, spilling the guts into the bowl. I don't know. Usually I'll put that on like a medium lower heat. So like for my stovetop, it goes up to like 9. So I put it on 3. It's like a high low. If that makes any sense. And then I'll put the lid, cover that for a bit, and let it cook. The name of the game on cooking the beef and also chicken too is low and slow. We are not trying to absolutely like fry up this beef. If you were eating it fresh, dude, frickin' put it on high, make goddamn burger patties if you want. You could, you know, and then maybe even put that on a keto bun. Oof, yeah, that sounds good. I'm making myself hungry. But if you're making it fresh, do that. But when it comes to meal prep, you don't want to absolutely annihilate the beef, because then by the time that it comes to reheat the damn thing, it's gonna be all dry, and there's gonna be no goddamn juice, and you're not gonna even want to eat it. Another thing, because I've gotten asked about this and stuff, guys, you can season your food. There's nothing wrong with using seasonings. I like using adobo. I just kind of I really put it on that bitch because again, this is gonna be sitting in my fridge for up to like 5-ish days. So we're seasoning it. There's nothing wrong with seasonings. I also like it's Italian seasoning. I remember when I was like first starting out, some old head put me onto the complete seasoning. It's basically just Italian seasoning. If you suck at cooking, that will fix everything. Nothing wrong with using seasonings. Side tangent, I like making good healthy food that I can eat, still be in a calorie deficit, and actually enjoy. But every now and then I will enjoy a meal that I refer to as dog food. And what that means is that it is it is the type of bullshit that you think a bodybuilder would eat. Like I'm talking egg whites, tuna, the only seasoning is like salt. Every now and then, just because it's like a mentally challenging meal, and having meals like that help me appreciate the times that I get to have good food. And plus, also, they're just really fucking effective. There's a reason that gym bros and gym rats and all that shit eat them because they work. But, well, if I had to do an entire diet of that, I don't know. Should I do a fucking 24 hours tuna and rice only challenge? Is that the move? Are we doing that? Let me know in the comments. I would give it a genuine, honest shot. This beef, actually, probably we're gonna put it on to medium heat until we start to notice it like sort of semi-simmer. The fat is gonna kind of render from the meat, and it's gonna cook in its own juices, and that's what we want because that's gonna give it flavor. Um, so we're gonna keep taking the damn lid off the thing, but we're gonna leave that on, let it cook for a bit, and then we're gonna come back to it once it starts simmering. Mix it around a bit more just so that just the bottom isn't getting cooked and we're getting everything evenly cooked because you don't want to have any sort of like raw beef in your thing. It's not bad, but again, this is ground and I'm not trying to get like salmonella or nothing. And then I'm going to do basically the exact same thing with the chicken. And then we're going to divide it and I'll show you what that looks like. And yeah, so matter of fact, let's get started on showing you what the whole weighing out process looks like. I will be right back. All right, I am back. All right, so this bowl, love using this bowl. What I do, okay, so we have the bowl right here. So what I like to do is I will go in grams because grams is like the smallest form of measurement that my scale has. I also have like pounds and ounces, but for grams, if you're doing this at home, take your bowl that you're going to be weighing your meat out in. You're going to take it on the scale. Boom, it's going to give you a number. This is the weight of the bowl. So now, when we pretend for a moment that this is the meat, we're going to put that onto the thing. We're going to mix it around, get all the steam out because the steam is going to change the weight. So we want to try and get all the steam out, make sure that it's like completely cooled down so that we can get even weight. And then we're going to weigh it after the fact, take this out, and then we're going to get this number. Now, what you're going to do, these aren't going to be the exact same numbers, obviously, but you're going to take this number, subtract the initial weight of the bowl, and then take that number that you get, because now that's just the weight of just the meat. You're going to take that number, divide it by 4, and then freaking that is what you're going to then put into your bowls. You're going to take your bowl, tear the weight so that it gets out, and then whatever number you got after dividing the weight of the meat by 4, you're going to weigh that out. I understand that a lot of people are very new to meal prepping, and it can be very stressful and all this stuff. And I come from a place of privilege where I forgot that that's just how that is. So let's check out the beef. And ooh, what do we have here? I'm trying to not fog up the camera, but now you can see the meat is cooking in its own juices, and literally everything that I said would have happened is happening. So now we're going to kind of mix up the meat a bit more, make sure that everything's kind of mixed up together, looking kind of homogeneous. And then we're going to lower the heat to like a lower medium. And then we're just going to put the lid back on and cook it until it's all kind of that brown. Here, hold on. Chicken stars. Plate of the chicken stars. Okay, so as you can see, the beef is done. Basically, I strained out all the grease after, so this is technically leaner than 93%, but I just track it as 93 just to cover my butt. What we're gonna do is exactly what I said we're gonna do. We're gonna take the meat, scoop it out. I like to blow onto the meat to like get some of that steam out, and then we're just going to put it all into this bowl. I don't even need to be as careful as I am being. I'm just used to doing that. And then we're going to mix around the meat, get all the steam out, and yeah, then we're going to do that math, take that number, divide by 4, and then we're going to put the meat into the container and get all the beef up in there. And honestly, you guys can call me gross, and y'all can hate on me, but I don't wash my pot after I'm done with it. I just immediately put the chicken in there, putting the chicken in the pot, and gonna cook that, and then yeah. Also, I forgot if I said this previously, but definitely make sure that you're breaking up your meat when you're cooking it, because you don't want to have in your meal prep just like one gigantic chunk of chicken. I like to break it up to have like nice pieces that I can actually do shit with. Check this out. Check this out. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I fuck with those heavy, low key, because they taste like I'm having a fucking White Claw. I feel like I was like, ooh, I'm being a bad boy. I'm being a bad boy. I'm having myself a drink, alcohol. Low key, I don't even drink alcohol like that. I'm not interested. So now we're gonna take this number, subtract 801, and then divide by 4. That is gonna be 183 grams. So we're gonna take our containers here, and I like color coding them. Red is beef. This like cyan greenish kind of thing is for chicken, and the pink is for rice usually. And then we're just gonna weigh out by the gram. And then I would suggest maybe going like 1 gram lower, because again, I swear to God, the steam lowers how much like it changes the weight. Numbers might be a tiny bit different, and then you're gonna have to finick with it. 1 to 2 gram difference. And you move it to the side, and then you put on the next one. See, a lot of people I know, because I was one of them, put off meal prepping because it's like, it's gonna take so long. This entire process takes like, in total, it takes about like maybe an hour, hour and a half. And that's like, especially on the weekend, dude, you have plenty of time to goof off. Before you hop on that game, make your fucking meal prep. And then you can enjoy the fruits of your labor and goof off and do whatever you want after you work. Remember the old saying, work hard, play hard? Mommy wants me to show the rice.
My rice. This is
Boom.
Puerto Rican rice. Puerto Rican rice.
Wepa! She's been cooking it for about half an hour. Yeah, no, the rice is really fucking good. And what I like to do is I will actually take the rice that I want to have for the week when it's fresh, because then when I microwave it, it tends to come out the best, I find, personally.
Usually takes it all.
I don't take all of the rice. I just take whatever's left that I know that they're not going to eat. Because trust me, if they don't eat it, it's going to go to the trash. Changing up the music. Dude, this MP3 player was like one of the best investments that I ever made, especially when I'm at the gym, because then I could just focus on like when I want to change my music, I just fucking pick an album, there, done. And I also collect CDs, so this just made sense for me. Yeah. Freaking listening to Deftones. And see, so it was supposed to be 183, but like realistically, it's closer to like 180, 181. See, told you, should have listened, should have listened. Let's check on the chicken. How's the chicken doing? The heat is way too goddamn low. I'm sorry, chicken. It is pink as shit in there. Jesus, what the hell? The bottom is definitely white, so it was getting a tiny bit of heat. For chicken, you definitely want to be hitting it low and slow, but again, cooking it the same way as the beef, where you kind of like have it heat up a bit, and then once it's kind of cooking in its own juices, putting the lid on, lowering the heat, and then letting that continue to cook until everything's thoroughly cooked, but not like super cooked, right? Because again, you're gonna have to microwave these. So that's definitely the best way to try and preserve any flavor. These are going to go into the fridge, and I will move on to the sweet potatoes. It's sweet potato time. So honestly, sweet potatoes, I kind of do it the same way, where I will have like 150-gram increments of it, like meal prepped. So I also make it in the air fryer. I like it air fried. Not really a baked potato, or I don't know, at least baked sweet potato guy. So I'm literally just going to cut up these sweet potatoes, air fry them, and that's gonna be it. I'm not paying freaking Google $5 bajillion for more phone storage, or like it's not that much of of like a price, but like it's the principle of it. If I pay for storage on my freaking phone just to store more photos, then they win. You know what I mean? Like it's the principle of it. I have to stand on my morals and blah 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 or whatever. Although truth be told, y'all, I want to freaking get a BlackBerry and just have like a smartphone for the work phone. I'm freaking tired of the reels. Not that I don't like making silly little videos on the internet, but you know, it gets to a point, right? My phone is more of a distraction. That's part of why I even got the MP3 player, because then it's like, okay, I go on to Spotify to get my freaking music. By the way, fuck Spotify. I deleted my account and shit. Now I just have the MP3 player. I would go on my phone, try and change the music, and then all of a sudden I'm sucked into the reels. I'm like glass-eyed staring at my phone, scrolling in between sets for like 5 minutes, and it's like, holy fucking shit, man! I could have done a whole other set by now. The recording and shit helps me like really focus, because well, my phone's over there recording me. Let's do this set, and then we can goof off on the phone after. Sweet potatoes. All right. Yeah, I don't know why they really don't like the idea of being cut, but that's not exactly my problem. They're gonna have to figure out that their not want to not be cut is not more important than these games. Like, no, you're gonna give me energy to lift 315 on bench. One of these days, I'd love to do that, and if I do, best believe I'm gonna be documenting that. So, you know, stay tuned to the freaking. Oh man, yeah, I think low key, what I want to do, because you know, obviously you got to think long term with this bodybuilding thing. It's not like a day by day thing. Like you got to think in years. You know, everyone's thinking 5 feet ahead. You got to be thinking in miles, right? So I think honestly, what I want to do after this bodybuilding show, like really hone in for this bodybuilding show, gonna walk in, do that, and then afterwards, I'm thinking maybe a bit of a lean bulk, build up some crazy strength, because man, I wanna. I was born to lift mountains and pull heaven down to earth. Trying to be a big, strong boy. It would also just be fucking nice to say, yeah, I lift 315, and maybe even one day 405. I don't fucking know. If we go down that road, we go down that road. That will. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Right. I like dicing up the potatoes. That way, then when I go to weigh them out, I can kind of get pretty close on the gram. As you get into this bodybuilding stuff, that becomes a tiny bit more and more important. Silly potato. Your fate has been sealed. The day you uprooted, or whatever. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be bulking, because I like my physique, I really do, but I do also objectively believe that there are some weak points that I want to work on. For this bodybuilding show, I'm just trying to bring my my best possible package that I can possibly bring right at this moment. But for the next show, because there most definitely will be a next show, I want to freaking like really bring it in, like off season and prepping. The judges aren't even going to be ready for what I have to offer. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, as far as lifting goes, honestly, it's just kind of been taking it by the day thing. You have to think long term, but well, I could say I want to be this at the end of the month, but we'll see when we get there. you know, you can't always control stuff like that, and so I just kind of you got to keep showing up, and that's part of why I say it's important that you actually like the whole process of bodybuilding, because if you're just chasing results, right? Results are not promised. Anything could happen. There's a million things that could come on, sweet potato, that could go wrong. Say you have a bad week, or sometimes you just hit a fucking weight plateau, right? So, point being, you gotta like doing this, because you're not always gonna have the results, but you will always have the process, right? So if you can internalize this process and really fall in love with it, you're gonna be fucking golden. What can I say? I mean, I know the second that I started like really just being like fucking, let's just focus on the doing and all that crap, I started seeing amazing results, and the results speak for themselves, especially with the locking in stuff. Like the scale doesn't lie necessarily on the shit. You can lie about having money, you can lie about getting women, but you cannot lie about your commitment to the gym. It's that one thing where the truth tells all. The results speak for themselves, or whatever. I don't know. I'm yapping. Yeah, hope you guys like the app, or the the app. Hope you guys like the Unk Yap Sesh. Dude, I feel like I'm fucking Unk. I'm literally only 21 years old, but I swear to God, I have this friend that's like fucking 18 years old. He sometimes will be talking to me, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Fuck, I'm old. Anyway, these are gonna go in the air fryer, and then we're going to freaking well, it's just gonna go back in here. So that's gonna be it, because I've been recording for a while, and guys, I gotta edit this, and I'm tired, and I'm hungry, and I only have like 230 calories left for the whole day. So that is gonna be it. These potatoes aren't gonna fit in here, so I'm just gonna leave that like that and put these away, clean them up and stuff, and that's gonna be it. Make sure to subscribe for the next one, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.